Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making some shrimp fettuccine with broccoli and mushrooms in it, and then I'm going to top it off with some fish and two big jumbo shrimps. So now I'm going to start off by cutting up some mushrooms. As you can tell by now, I really love mushrooms in my food, so I'm going to add some mushrooms to this, and I'm going to be cutting my broccoli a little smaller because I don't like it too big. So that's how I'm going to start off. Now let's get into these shrimps. So I'm going to be starting off with some black tiger shrimps. This is medium size tiger shrimps, and this is the size of it. It already came deveined and clean, and then I have some smaller fresh raw shrimp as well, and it came with no tails on them. For the tiger shrimp, I'm just going to be peeling it, and I'm leaving the tails on them because I have no problem with having tails on my shrimp, honestly. So I'm just going to season them lightly. I'm using some all-purpose seasoning, onion powder, some basil. I'm adding some all-bay seasoning. I'm going to be putting some paprika and some lemon pepper. I'm going to stir this up and make sure every shrimp is covered and coated with seasoning, and then I'm just going to put this to the side and let it marinate for a minute. So now I'm going to start by adding some butter to my pan, and I'm going to saute my mushrooms and broccoli for a little bit. I don't like it too hard in the sauce, so I just saute it before I put it in the sauce. So I came back with my fettuccine sauce like the last video. I don't put out my recipe for that. So I'm just going to let it boil up a bit, and then I'm going to go back and add my broccoli and mushrooms. That I love to do is I love to put my raw shrimp in the sauce, and I'm just gonna let it cook on its own. I don't like to pre-fry it before I put it in because I don't want to overcook it. So I'm just gonna gently cook the shrimp in the sauce, and then once the shrimp is cooked, I'm gonna go in with my extra seasoning. I'm gonna put in some Cajun seasoning, some Old Bay, some paprika, some onion powder, some basil, and that's about it. And now I'm adding my fettuccine noodles in, and I'm going to toss it in the sauce. Like I said the last video with the fettuccine that I did, I love to put just enough noodles in it so that it can remain creamy and have enough sauce in it. So at this point, I'm just going to toss everything in. And guys, when you are cooking, you must taste your food. Make sure it has enough seasoning and salt in it. That's where people go wrong. They like to cook and don't taste the food that they're making. That's what I'm doing now. I just took a fork and I'm just tasting my food. I'm gonna go back in and add some Old Bay seasoning and some salt. That's all it needed, and it was good from then. Now I'm just gonna put my pasta to the side and start on my fish. Guys, so the fish that I'm using is called basa fish. I just got this from my local fresh market. So I'm just lightly seasoning it with some Cajun season, paprika, black pepper, lemon pepper, and that's about it. And I'm just going to make sure it's coated on both sides. For this, you do not need this particular fish. You can use salmon. You can use any fish that you would like to use. But this is the fish that I use because I really enjoy it as well. And I wanted to do something different because I eat a lot of salmon. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of butter in the pan. I'm going to use my baked jumbo shrimp as garnish. So I'm going to start frying those. And I want to put it in a nice hot pan. You see how the butter is bubbling? So that gives me a nice, color and char on it. So I'm going to put them in a pan and cook them on each side for about 2 minutes. Okay, so in the same pan, I left it exactly how it is. I added a little bit of butter to it after I added the fish. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to add the fish, and then I'm going to add a small piece of butter to go around the fish and help it to get a little crispy. Okay, so this is my favorite part. I love plating. So I'm going to start by plating my pasta. This can get a bit messy, so make sure you have some paper towels or something on the side. I'm going to make sure everything is in the pasta that I put in the pasta. So when you're serving people your food, make sure they get a little bit of everything in the pasta or in their dish. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Make sure everything is in the dish and that you can see it. I'm going to put some Cajun seasoning on top for, like, some extra decoration. And then I'm going to start off by putting my fish on the top. Then I'm going to go in and add my pretty jumbo shrimp on the top for decoration. And that's it. That's all it took. And this was very quick to make, honestly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and share. Thank you.